Hello, Nomads, and welcome to episode 8 of the Nomads of Fantasy podcast. My name is Brandon, and I am here with Dave.
Hello.
And Eric.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to go cuckoo for co-op.
Yeah, you were so proud of that title. So that's it. That's what we're talking about. We are going to be talking about co-op in video games. And, real quick, just because we're talking about it, Eric, can you just kind of define what we mean when we're saying co-op in video games and why we're talking about that?
Yeah, so I would define co-op as like literally cooperative play. So you and how many other players, could be 2, could be 3, 4, whatever, working together to achieve some goal. Basically non-competitive multiplayer. So any game with those kind of elements, I would consider a cooperative game.
Right, not 2 teams in multiplayer or like in hockey or Madden or whatever. Like, it's like, yeah, technically you are cooperating with each other, but you are going against other players. And yeah. I just think going against a computer, in some way, I think is ultimately
because I was thinking
what we're talking about.
I was thinking like, oh, Mario Kart's a good one. Well, no, not really. Like I play that with my wife all the time, but we're competing in a race against other AI, but we're still competing with each other. We're not working together to achieve a goal,
Depends what CC you're playing on. If you're playing on the hard CCs and somebody doesn't finish first, whoever doesn't finish that first time is automatically, you got to start knocking out the other players and working that. That's and it true. Becomes a co-op
That is
game.
True.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. So and the reason why we are talking about co-op games actually is because we all played the same game at the same time, and we'll get to that later. But we played Dungeons and Dragons new game as of this recording. It's called Dark Alliance, and yeah, so it was on Game Pass. So we all checked it out. So we have some first impressions that we want to talk about. But usually we kind of catch up on what we've done between episodes. So Eric, actually, no, Dave, what have you been playing? What have you been watching? What's been going on since we last recorded?
Watching, got caught up on Loki. I'm still on episode 2, but that's
don't spoil it.
Same here.
Don't spoil it.
You haven't watched anything?
I do have some thoughts. We were going to have a
okay.
spoiler.
Can you just can you talk about the quality of the? Well, yeah. Can you talk about the quality of the first 2 episodes? I guess.
It's fantastic. They're kind of, I don't know. It's continuing of the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it kind of plays in nicely like WandaVision does, except this one seems a little more encompassing over the whole universe rather than just what's going on in Wanda's head. Mm-hmm. So, super good. Definitely want to get into
the less
some
you know, the
spoilers
better
some
going
point.
into it. Mm-hmm.
So it feels more like MCU-ish than like WandaVision, like the standard MCU style, or is it? Yeah.
It's
still
like
kind of weird
thing.
Out there.
It's weird. It's out there. It's more WandaVision. It's kind of like they took that, how like Marvel has like that formula. Well, this is still kind of using that formula in TV format, but it's more like Wanda, where it's just like weird. It's not your usual superhero story. So
I like
that's
that.
all I want to say.
I like it better than the movies because you don't have to force everything into like 2 hours. Like you can stretch it out over a whole season and kind of get
that character
a better
works.
Story.
It's a cool character.
Super, super good. But I've been keeping on with Darkest Dungeon a little bit. It's still going good. All my people aren't dead yet. We've been going out on adventures and bringing some stuff back and training up, getting the class system down. You get a good setup where you gotta cure your stress and keep the lights on so everybody doesn't go crazy. But that one's good. It started to get a little too dark, so I decided to get a little more upbeat, and I threw in some Borderlands 3. Went through the beginning of that game with a new class just to refamiliarize, but the game's fun and stupid, and just the guns in it are the big draw. But
yes, yeah,
it's got a lot of stupid lowbrow humor, which is a little lighthearted. And then we played some Dark Alliance, but we can talk about that and after we all go.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What's going on with you, Eric?
As far as watching goes, you guys played a little bit more Dark Alliance last night, and I started the new season of My Hero Academia, season 5.
Ooh.
I think I watched like 3 episodes or something. I'm into it. I mean, I've always been into it, but the new season's starting off real good, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see the rest of that. As far as what I'm playing, I'm still kind of playing a lot of the same stuff. Griftlands, I won't do a huge segment on it this week because I've talked about it for the past 2 weeks already.
No, but I mean, you've been playing it for a while. That says something about the game.
Dude,
I mean, on and off, you've been playing it throughout, right?
The deeper I get into that game, the more I love it. I started.
Oh, that's okay. Cool.
I started on a run on one of the other characters, and it's just cool how different each character is. So like the first character was kind of, I feel like they do that. The first character was kind of balanced as far as like negotiation and attack power. The second character is more negotiation focused, and the third character is more like attack focused. So
okay, but you don't pick the characters; you're doing them sequential to what they're picking.
Well, there's 3 separate characters, so you can play, any of their stories in any order. It doesn't really matter. You unlock each character when you complete one day with the previous character, if that makes sense. So you unlock each character pretty quickly, and then you can just play whichever story you want. You can start a story with each character and just have them going simultaneously.
Oh, I love that.
And you can swap.
I like that you unlock. I love the feeling of unlocking characters. I think everybody does. So I like when a game does it, but I like that they do it early enough where like, all right, and now you can, if you want to do this stuff with character, like this character. So that's
cool. It's cool because like I said, there's 3 separate stories, but there are points where the other characters like will meet the other characters in in their own storyline. So their paths do like cross over sometimes, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Still going on the 2016 Ratchet and Clank. I'm close to finishing that up, so because I want to start the new one. I re-downloaded a couple games. I re-downloaded Breath of the Wild with the intention of going back and playing some more.
Cool.
I re-downloaded
the DLC for that.
I still got it. I played a little bit of like the story stuff they added, but I really want to go back and do like the whole master mode thing where it's like super difficult, and I want to unlock that. Have you seen that? Like basically they put a motorcycle in the game. It's like a horse, but it's a motorcycle. I want to unlock that because it seems really cool. Just fly around on Hyrule on a freaking horse motorcycle.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get lost like horses do. I always end up like I ride them for a little bit and then you ditch them and just leave them in the wilderness somewhere. And
yep.
So
what else?
Quick.
I re-downloaded Forza Horizon 4 because that got me, the Horizon 5 announcement got me pumped, so I wanted to go back and play some Forza Horizon 4.
It's a good game.
Nice.
So one weird one that I have pretty much the majority of this week that I've been checking out is a game called Mud Runner. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Wow, I've seen that on Game Pass a couple times. I may have.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's one of the ones you download and I've never played.
It.
You hated it? I fucking love it.
It was not fun.
Okay,
driving across some rivers.
Yeah, man. So I downloaded it.
It's very specific.
Yeah,
it's like, you must park the car here. I couldn't figure out for the life of me what I was doing.
I
wrong.
love it.
It was off by like the smallest amount, and I'm like, really?
So I downloaded it off of PlayStation Now. Like I got a free trial of that. It's basically PlayStation's like Xbox equivalent, where you can. Obviously not as good, Game Pass equivalent. Not as good, but there's a lot of games on there. I don't think I would ever pay for a subscription for that, but it's really good for like old Sony games. Like they have like all of the previous like Ratchet and Clank games, like the Sly Cooper games, like all those old franchises, old Sony franchises. So that's cool. But I got a free trial of that and I downloaded that because I wanted to show it to William, my son, just because he's 2 years old. He's really into trucks right now. So I really wanted to see if he would be interested in that. So I showed him it, and the attention span of a 2-year-old. He was interested for about 2 minutes and then ran off to do something else. But
dude, that's impressive. My 2-year-old, he has the attention of like 5 seconds with video games. He does.
That's about what he does. He mostly just watches me. I'll hand him the controller and he'll like mess around with it for a minute and then he's like, yeah, I'm done with this.
Yeah, he's like, I click things. That's what I do with it. Okay, bye.
But yeah, I downloaded that to show him, but then I ended up getting really into it. And it's really weird because, yeah, it's like a simulation. Like, it's more of a simmy type game, obviously, if you guys played it.
Very simmy.
It's got super realistic mud physics and all that.
That's cool.
You know?
That was cool. I do appreciate that engine.
You're just trying to navigate these huge trucks through the mud, and you got like a winch you can just whip out randomly, attach it to a tree, pull yourself out of the mud, deliver these logs to this lumber yard. I don't know. For some reason, I was really into it, and that one grabbed me. So I might keep playing that one. But I think that was it for me.
Okay. Well, for myself, not too much with video games. I think just because I was playing what we'll talk about, but I watched 2 movies, and I watched 2 episodes of. Well, I watched probably like 3 or 4 episodes of Invincible. So I'm like 7 or 8 episodes in at this point. I don't know how many episodes make up the
I think
first
there's
season.
only 8 or 10, yeah.
Okay, and I don't... Dave, have you finished watching the whole season?
Yeah.
Okay, and Eric, have you watched any of it?
No, not yet.
Okay, do you have Prime?
Yeah. That's on my list. I have a fucking whole list of shows I would watch.
I would put this in something that we should talk about because I'm having a friggin' blast with it. So, but yeah, so I watched some of that. I watched some Loki. I watched Luca, which just came out.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
That's
that
really
movie's
good.
fantastic. Yeah, it's really good. I had
Pixar,
my nieces over for the
Pixar
weekend.
never
all the
fucking
kids.
misses. All their movies are good.
And I had all the kids in my living room, and we just like watched it, and we had popcorn, and we made a thing of it. And I didn't know this movie was coming out, and I'm like, okay. And we watched it.
It was just kind of surprise
so
drop
good.
on Disney Plus last week. Pixar's
Is
new
that what
movie.
happened?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They didn't really.
I love that.
They didn't really hype it up or anything.
Yeah.
They just kind of dropped it out of nowhere, which it was crazy because they just released Soul back in December, and that's only like 6 months ago.
Which is fantastic. God damn, dude. Yeah, they're on a roll, man. Coco and everything, like literally, I don't know. Even Brave, like they're all good.
Just
throw
out the Cars movies and you're good.
I've never seen any of those, but yeah. But anyways, yeah. So Luke was really good. Rotation. It's such a good movie. It's so innocent, and I don't know. I recommend it for sure. Great movie. And then I watched something not like that. I watched 1917, and that's that movie that makes it look like it was done in like one take. It's not, but it looks like it was done in one shot, and from beginning to end. It is incredible how they pulled it off. It's a very watchable movie. It's not as deep as something like Saving Private Ryan, but you follow like 2 soldiers, and the cameraman's technically just one guy. It's not, but it's just kind of following them along, and the shots and where it goes. It's crazy. If you play games like Call of Duty or PUBG or something like that, it kind of felt like that at times, where like you and your buddy playing duos. Like, okay, like we're going to cross that field. It's a big friggin' deal. Or I don't know. It's just like,
is that World War II?
World War I, 1917. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So 1917, dude. And it's just like, I don't want to give anything away. It's like one of those movies where like he's just here. It's good. You got to watch it. I'm like, okay. And I knew about the gimmick or whatever, but like the thing that made it kind of unique is like how they edited it to make it look like one shot. It's very incredible, almost as incredible as the movie is like how they made it. It was very impressive. Just being like a designer and trying to do like photo shoots and video shoots, like I couldn't imagine what they had to go through.
Yeah,
to do this.
I know that. I know that was a big thing with what was it? What was that Michael Keaton movie? Birdman or whatever.
Birdman was so good, dude. I
never saw that
Batman.
one. Batman.
Dave, have you
I
seen
think you're talking
Birdman?
about Batman.
That
Have you
was
seen Birdman?
Batman was a one shot movie.
Yes, but it's like the same scenes over and over again. The way they did it, Dave. If you haven't seen it, it's good because it's like a sequel to Batman, because it's like they're not saying Batman.
Oh,
they're
it's
calling
the old
Birdman.
washed up. I think I might
He's
have.
the-
I've seen
Dude,
the
it's
trailer
so-
for it.
It's so goddamn good. I love that movie. Well, anyways, yeah. So I saw those two movies. I thought they were really good. So I highly recommend those. And then yeah, Invincible's really good. Yeah, just kind of watching a lot of stuff and then playing some games. But I just been freelancing a lot and just kind of busy. So, but yeah. So here we are. Co-op games. But like I said, the reason why we wanted to talk about co-op games is because we played Dark Alliance, which is a Dungeons and Dragons game, and lo and behold, we have a Dungeons and Dragons expert here. David, could you please frame us up? What is this game, Dark Alliance?
Oh, far
Dungeon Master
from an
Dave.
expert, but
DM. Oh, that's good.
DM,
yeah, that'd be great. Let's see. It is a co-op, I guess, brawler. It's kind of like a
third person
Co-op.
action.
yeah,
Something.
Destiny-ish.
Vermintide meets Destiny meets Diablo meets Dungeons and Dragons.
It's set back in Icewind Dale, I believe, and it's
Mhm.
got a whole bunch of guys
Which
from
is
the
old
books.
school? Or no?
Yeah, there's a ton of books about these guys, but I've yet to read any of those. That might have to add those to a list. But yeah, you pretty much just take these guys through different campaigns. There's a couple, I think they all end with a big bad guy from D&D lore, whether a beholder or a demon of some sort. But you go through 3 kind of acts of each campaign to work your way up, and you get 4 playable characters. There's Drizzt.
It's
There's the
fucking
dwarf
weird
guy,
ass name.
Bruner Battlehammer. There is the what is it? The barbarian
I'm
with the big
impressed.
hammer. and
Human-
then the-
How the
Human
hell do you
barbarian,
remember
yeah.
their names? What is it?
I don't know the
I
human.
don't remember their names.
The
I just
barbarian's
remember
name.
the barbarian, and then
Oh, yeah.
the chick with the arrows.
Archer
but-
chick, yeah.
With goggles.
Yeah, goggles. But it seemed to
Shades over
run.
there.
I mean, it takes forever to load, but it seems to run pretty nicely. The
Only the
graphics
first
look pretty
time.
cool.
I mean, I have a
On-
base Xbox One, and it looked okay. I mean, I think the graphics in the game in general aren't that great. The textures are pretty muddy. And
Muddy, but the art direction was good. Like the levels look fantastic.
not terrible. But
Some of the
it
sets were huge.
ran pretty well, like on my base Xbox One. I didn't really run into any
Performance-wise,
performance issues, but
Yeah.
it's janky as hell.
Yeah, it definitely
It
needed
was a
more
fair
time.
amount of-
Well, hold on a second. Actually, I want to talk about that. So I went into this game not really excited. I play it with you guys, and it was like, okay, this is more than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be a Diablo clone. I was like, enough of this, because that's what the older ones kind of used to be doing. Like they used to do like the hack and slash games. So I was like excited, like, oh, this is actually kind of like Marvel, where it's like the camera's third person.
It reminded me of the Avengers game
Yeah,
a lot.
I'm sorry, Avengers when I said Marvel. Yeah. But they're set up the way that like Vermintide is, which I love Vermintide, and like Dave and I try to like Avengers. It's just like I don't know, it's just
It's so
buggy
clunky.
online. It's so
Mhm.
clunky,
Yeah.
and that game's like one day it'll be better, and hopefully we can go back to that game. But
Someday.
speaking of co-op, but anyways, but yeah, so, I don't know. The reviews are just tearing this game apart, and I didn't really think it was that bad. But I guess if you're a video game reviewer, you play all the games, especially the big good ones. So I can see how a lot of them just instantly shit on this. I don't think it's as bad, but I think because we were so fresh from the tropes episode last week, this game was kind of, I don't know. Like I think there's potential.
There's a fair amount of them in there.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
I
think
went
it's
in
as bad.
I went in with
IGN
like
gave it a
0
4.
expectations. Yeah.
A
A
4?
4. It's
That's
I would
pretty-
say
that's
6.
brutal.
It's pretty.
4.
Yeah.
Get the frig out of here.
Yeah.
4?
I'll say
Well, sorry, Eric. Go ahead.
yeah, like I said, I went in with really low expectations just because it was getting such shitty reviews. So I'm like, whatever, it's something to play together. Let's try it out. And yeah, I mean, it's not a fucking by no means a perfect game. Like I said, it's janky as hell. That one boss we fought, Stormbringer, at the end of I think it was the end of the second act in the first campaign.
Yeah, but
he was like,
we didn't upgrade our guys. We didn't take the time to upgrade.
What
our
I'm
guys.
saying is the jank, like how he can just throw rocks behind his back and just hit you randomly. Like what? He's facing the other way, and he throws a rock behind him, and it hits you. Dude. I'm like, what the hell was that? Whatever. It's a bunch of jank there, but I mean the combat was decently fun. It was enough to keep me interested. The enemy variety, you're just fighting goblins and trolls and shit. So, at least through the first campaign that we played. But, like I said, the combat was fun enough to keep me interested. And I think it was fun to play with you guys. Like, I think if I had played it by myself, I would have got bored within 5 minutes and shut it off. I think
don't play that game. Do not play Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance by yourself ever. Like it shouldn't even be allowed without like the computer kind of.
They have a good,
like Left 4 Dead
matchup,
dude.
Like we played with a couple randoms.
So like,
did it kick you out every time after you were done though? That was super annoying.
No, I think we had one where we stuck.
Okay,
we did play with a random, and it was good. It was hold on a second. Just chugging for treasure.
Well, what I was gonna say was like with Left 4 Dead, if you play that game, which is fantastic co-op, it has 4 characters no matter what, and like if people pop in, they take over one of those characters. This game, the 3 of us were playing without the ranger. We didn't even bother playing with the ranger, the archer.
Mm-hmm.
And not only is the archer like your range, but she also was like the friggin' healer. So we had a real hard time fighting against the boss at the second act of the first chapter, and it was ridiculous. And it's like, I wonder if that game could benefit from just like mandatory, there's always 4 characters. So when you play by yourself, you have the computer playing the 3 other characters, because this game, I think they designed this game in mind of 4 players, but it could be 3, could be 2, could be 1. And I think that's just a big mistake. I think they need it put in.
Yeah, they
AI.
should definitely put in AI characters for, if you're not playing with four people.
It's cool. Like when somebody goes down and the other one's like, all right, I'll draw them away. I'll fight them. And like the other one's like reviving them. They just need more like enemy types. It's like little guys, medium-sized guys, boss or whatever. And that's it. Yep. And then like you see the runner vision, like seriously, go listen to our trope episode 7 that we just did, and go and play Dark Alliance, and you'll be like, oh my god, because Dave, right? We were playing last night, and you're just like,
crates
there's
to
your barrels,
and then there's
crates, yep. Tons of barrels to smash.
Always the barrels.
Gold, gold in the barrels, and then
the red drapes that are hanging over everywhere where you can jump up and climb.
Explode. The barrels that explode are red, so you shoot those with your ranged attack and have make those explode. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a shame. I hope the game gets the bugs fixes, and I just hope they figure out the content, because I think the level design, like the way like the scale of everything was looking really cool. Like, yeah, it's not stunning. It's not like Red Redemption 2 or anything like that, but still, it's just like, I didn't mind the graphics. I thought the animations were pretty good. Like if your character gets tired, they'll kick really low, or they'll like swing kind of like wider and sloppier. And I thought that was cool. They just, like you said, the jank needs to be figured out.
I'm sure they can always smooth it out with patches, but
yeah. Like I said,
the
give it a shot though. If you have Game
some
Pass,
people were shitting on that. I kind of like that they don't give you the loot right away, so you're not dicking around in menus while you're playing.
Yeah,
I kind of like cool. I like that too. Because I feel like
you go back and you gear up.
Yeah, it would be, you don't have to focus on that part of it while you're in the mission. You just pick up all the loot, and then at the end of the mission, you can just grab it all and equip all your new shit and sell all your old stuff and upgrade it and whatever.
We were still pretty fresh too. We didn't really upgrade our guys. We didn't unlock any new moves. It looks like you can replace like special moves on the Y button, and you can swap those out Which
There's-
once
yeah,
you
there's-
start leveling up, there's
Mhm.
probably looks like a lot of cool stuff you can do.
Right, and this is like first impressions. We've only done like the first, I don't know, few hours of gameplay in this thing between the three of us. Dave and I played a little bit more, a couple more hours than Eric did, and trying out all the characters. But I never got a chance to play all four, but three, and that was pretty cool. 3 characters on at the same time. I'm gonna just say this: if you have Game Pass, maybe wait if there's like an update, like or download it. Try it out.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely worth playing. Like the music's cool.
Absolutely.
it's
The acting's fine.
it's a perfect Game Pass game, like you said. Which
Yes.
it's
That's what you get Game Pass for.
it was fun. It was fun with it's fun for a night with your friends, a couple nights or whatever.
Yes.
I don't know how long it'll stick. Just because
Oh yeah, unless
Like
they
it-
add characters and worlds and
yeah, I could see it
Which
getting
they could definitely do. You see
Yeah.
the
Which they could
overworld
do.
map, and it looks like
Support,
Destiny, where like you
yeah.
just drop another map marker on, add another class, and you're good.
I could see it getting boring if you're just fighting the same enemies over and over again, and it's always the same shit. But like I said, it's it's an excuse to hang out with your friends and just do something mindless while you're chatting or whatever. And then it's on Game Pass. If you got Game Pass, try it out. Why not?
yeah, yep. All right, well that's it. Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance. If you have Game Pass, why not?
Ringing
That's what you get it
endorsement.
for. Yeah,
Could be-
give it a
could be
couple
much
weeks. Give it a couple weeks. Give it like a month, and then check it out. Maybe that's probably how to do it, because hopefully there's some patches to fix some of the dumb shit. Okay, that's it. So that's our recommendation. It's worth checking out. But because of this game, we're kind of like, well, co-op, man. I mean, it is cool. Like co-op is like such a fun thing, and and it's its own bag. And I know like single player games are some of the best single player games ever have been coming out on like the PlayStation and stuff like that. And you got some of the, I don't know, like really cool online multiplayer deathmatch battle royale games going on right now and stuff like that. But also you have co-op games. You and a friend or 4 or whatever can crush out on something. And so yeah, we were like, let's talk about this because it's so cool, and I'm excited to talk about this. Like instantly, I think about like the back in the day with like the Mario games and stuff like that, and just kind of playing some of the co-op there. But I don't know. Like, what do you guys? Who wants to start this off? How do you guys want? Like, how do you want to talk about co-op games? Like, yeah, go ahead.
I mean, we could just start with some of our, I don't know, start simple, some of our favorite co-op games, some of our favorite memories, playing co-op with,
yes,
our whoever,
well, like,
your
what does it
friends
mean
or
to you?
significant
What do you want
other.
out of it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, go for it, Eric. Yeah, tell us some
Yeah.
some co-op love.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always trying to find fun, easy co-op games to play with my wife. She's not a huge gamer. I think we can all relate to this. I feel like we've all been in this boat.
Oh, you don't say.
I don't
That's the
think any of our wives are avid gamers by any means.
No.
No, but they're out there. There are guys out there that game it up with their wife, or their wife's the
Yeah.
gamer.
Yeah.
To each their own.
Right.
We just, that's what we have in common.
Exactly. So I always struggle to find, something that we can play together, or, that'd be fun to play together. Mario Kart is a staple, but like I said, that's not co-op. So, the first one that came to mind for me, which my wife didn't really enjoy this game, but it was fun anyways, was Overcooked.
My wife instantly
yes.
loved it.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Can we just say right now, Overcooked 1 and 2 and all the DLC, if you have kids, if you have friends, if you have a significant other, you have to download these games and play them with them.
It's
ASAP.
fun,
They
but
are the
it gets
best.
tough, man. Like
I usually
Oh,
end up
later
yelling
levels.
at
Tough,
some
but
point
dude,
or another.
I was gonna say, it can get frustrating. You can be at each other's throats when you're playing that game.
It's Nintendo quality fun though. It is like it's a masterpiece in that specific gameplay. I think it's the best.
Yeah,
I love Overcooked.
and it's
Couch co-op only too. There's
yeah,
no
exactly.
online
Well,
multiplayer.
you can go against
You
each
gotta be-
other, but yes, there's no online, I don't think.
Yeah, sitting next to each other. yelling out for somebody to get the lettuce or somebody to.
It's good because
make
like
soup.
you're making food, and if it's like one person's cooking the beef, the other ones are like getting the buns or the ingredients. But then like each level, like things happen. You might get separated from each other, so you have to use like conveyor belts or like toss them to each other, and it is such a good way to start off the conversation of what a good co-op game can be. I cannot praise them enough.
My wife just gets like overwhelmed way too easily. So when like one thing starts on fire over here, she's like freaking out. I'm like, just put it out. I'll go do this. You go do this. And then I end up like running around doing everything because she just like freezes up. I'm like,
But just saying that me and my wife, I love that game. We our 6-year-old's into it, and the 3 of us, the 2-year-old just like tries, and he's now playing that game. But yeah, I can see the frustrations.
Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely a fun one. Like super fun couch co-op. I think it's up to 4 players, and with 4 players it can get crazy. If there's like too many people, I think it's probably the best when you're with 4 players. It's probably its most fun and most chaotic. So yeah, I mean it's good for 2, but I think if you have 4, like that's a great couch co-op party game for sure.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. What else you got?
I mean, I got a bunch.
Just keep going. Whatever. We'll go popcorn style. Whatever. I'm just saying, like you're on a roll. I love Overcooked, man.
I got. I think. Well, Brandon, you have a Switch. Dave doesn't have a Switch. But have you played Snipperclips or heard of it?
I have. I know it. I've never even touched it. Yeah,
that's a good one.
I didn't even.
That is that good? Another very good couch co-op game, and
Sell it to me. Why don't I have it?
My wife actually enjoyed. So if you have a non-gaming significant other or child friend in your life, this is a good one for couch co-op. I don't think it has online co-op. I think it's couch co-op only. But basically, each one of you, I think it's like each one of you has a Joy-Con. So it's like a Joy-Con only type game. But both of you are these little pieces of paper, and you have these puzzle rooms that you have to solve for each level. So you have to, I mean, for example, get like this ball in the hoop. And basically you can use the controls are, you can rotate yourself, and then they're really simple. So you can rotate yourself, you can jump, and you can hit like B or something to clip the other person. So whatever direction you're facing, you can clip them into certain shapes. So say this ball, we got to get the ball in the hoop. I could clip my partner into like this bowl shape. They could scoop up the ball, and then they could jump on top of me and then rotate and, put the ball in the hoop. So you have to work together to make sure, that you're cutting each other into the correct shapes to solve the puzzle, and then working together to achieve this goal. So it's like perfect team building exercise. But that's a really good one if you got a Switch and you like some good couch co-op.
Only good things about that.
Only Switch, yep.
Yeah, what about you, Dave? Yeah, what do you got over there?
I got I guess more category breakdowns, but Castle Crashers is a great all ages brawl. Like I put it under the brawlers category. So you get your Streets of Rages, your Double Dragons, all those kind of beat 'em up, arcadey kind of side scroller games. But Castle Crashers, you get up to 4. There's a full story in it. It's easy for kids to pick up and just whack guys with swords, and it's a nice all around couch only co-op game as well.
Yeah, is that a game that you could play with your significant other, or is that a game that's more for? I can get hard. Like I know it gets definitely harder later on, but it starts off fairly chill.
Yeah, and it does get a little intense if you're under leveled. I could see it getting a little frustrating having to restart levels, but the art style and it's super cool because it's all like I guess it's like an old Flash game kind of.
It does look good. Like that, yeah.
What other one has been real popular? Stardew Valley put out a co-op mode.
I've been wanting to check that out.
Always been wanting to play that game.
You
haven't played Stardew yet, Brandon?
No,
come
dude,
on. Oh my god,
dude, my wife.
That is one of the most chill games ever.
I love that game.
Viva Pinata, and I feel like if she can get into Viva Pinata, she can get into Stardew Valley. And now that there's a co-op, I'm like, you don't say.
It's nice, because we have to basically start over when you start a co-op game. So if you've got a single player one going, you gotta give it the old reboot. But you share like the same home base level, and you guys will both have like houses on the same home plot, and you kind of just split stuff up.
Build
you got
a farm together.
Different maps to choose from. You can kind of just go one person can go wander around town, the other person can go do water the plants and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, I got to do this.
That's
I might do this too. With my wife and Mike. It's just like we're just gonna tend to this between the three of us.
Is that online only, or is that
no? It's local, I think too.
Local.
Is there local? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought for some reason I thought it was online only.
Because the one part that kind of annoys me is the couch co-op games where you got split screen, which you get real comfortable looking at a big 55-inch OLED TV.
Well, that's why
yourself.
Those Lego games know what's up. They do like the Toe Jam and Earl used to do this as well, I think in the 360. But like when you're near each other, you share the screen. When you get away, then it cuts in half. Mm-hmm. And if once you experience that, it's like, why don't other games do this?
I was gonna say we could talk about Lego games later.
Oh yeah, the father of like co-op games with your significant other and kids. It is so family friendly and friggin' charming. Like if you like Star Wars, you got to get the Star Wars saga.
I feel like any Lego or any franchise, pretty much Lego has it. In a
do you have a favorite?
I'm definitely partial to the Lego Star Wars games. Those are so good.
Sure.
I'm excited for the Skywalker saga to come out whenever it does.
Yes. Yeah, I would like to play that.
Is that the last three movies?
That's all of them. That's
all nine.
So,
all of them.
Yeah. Yep, all of them. They're I guess
it's a lot of Lego.
This was announced forever ago. Like 20 I want to say it was like 2018 or something.
Well, COVID definitely affected that.
It definitely delayed it.
It's a big effort, and they got to get it right. It's like all the Star Wars games.
Movies. They're just they're making an entire new Lego Star Wars series with every movie in it, which is insane.
Yeah, so those are good games. I mean, let's just get it out of the way. Like, what are you waiting for? They're 2 players. They've been around for a while, but they have every franchise. It's very charming. It's very fun. It has its own vibe. Mm-hmm. It's really they age well, man. Like you can just if you want, like go grab an old one, throw it into your console, and like it'll still be like very entertaining and fun.
I've been wanting to pick up the Lego Harry Potter saga games because those always seem fun.
Okay,
they got the Harry Potter ones, but yeah, I've pretty much just stuck to this Lego Star Wars, which you can't go wrong with those, especially if you're a Star Wars fan.
Batman ones are really good.
Batman, and they got Marvel, DC.
That Avengers one is really good. My wife and Jack, my son Jack, he's the 6-year-old. Him and her, they got every hero unlocked in that game, dude. It is quite the achievement, but they were dedicated. In over a couple months they did it, and it was like the first game the two of them did it together. It's something special to work a co-op game with your child and not only just do the story but then grind out and get all the unlockables. It's cool for sure as a parent, and like you said, your kid's only 2, right, Eric? Mm-hmm. But as he gets older,
I feel like kids
you're gonna play more of these games. It's gonna be fucking so cool, dude. It's so cool.
I envy kids because it's like we're always complaining because there's too many games to play.
Too many.
But then, in a kid's eyes, it's like, okay, they're like focused on this one game and they want to unlock everything in it. And we're like, okay, we got to do this game. It's like, I wish I could.
The games that we played didn't really have all those unlockables.
Right.
So they were just, and we also grew up with technology as it unlocked.
Cartridges, please. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You
Well-
had 6 games, and if you wanted another
Exactly.
game, you either had to Blockbuster or you got to trade with a friend.
Yeah. When we were young, we got the same 6 games to play, so we do everything you can do in this one game. But now there's hundreds of games coming out every day now. It's like it's impossible to keep up.
It is, and that's why like you better have a damn good game, because if it comes out and it's not perfect, it's like oof, ooh, how are you gonna keep up? Because it's not like a trickle of games. It's like a waterfall of games are shooting out, And don't forget your smartphones have games, and
Yep. It's crazy.
All right. Well, I have a couple of games I want to throw out. I think that are fantastic. So, we've been talking about some family games. I guess I'll just stay with that for now. Portal.
I was gonna say, would it make sense to break this up into, because we've been talking about local couch co-op games? Would it make sense to break it up into couch and then online, or what do you want to do?
Well, no, I don't think we need to break it up into that, but like right now it seems we're talking more about like family friendly, you and your girlfriend, or you and your kid could play these games. So and then we can probably get into like more hardcore games, but yeah, I kind of like the vibe that we're going right now, where it's just kind of more casual. So like I have Pac-Man 2, I think it's called Pac-Man 256 or 356 or something like that. It's on Game Pass.
The endless one?
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
I know that was on Game Pass. Nice.
It might not. Maybe it's not. Maybe it was like, dude. Maybe it was like $5. But it's just endless running Pac-Man game. It's up to 4 players, and it's like Crossy Roads or something like that from like your like the phone games. But it's Pac-Man.
I played. I know. I played this. Yep.
So
I didn't know it was co-op.
It's 4 players. And dude, I've given it to the kids. Like, all right, the parents are gonna go over here and have a couple beers and like listen to some tunes and chat. You kids want a game right now? All right, and then you pull that game out, it's an instant hit. Because they're not competing against each other. They're all working together. Because like if one dies, you can just collect their body later and like kind of respawn them, and you just keep going and you get this high score. It's so fun. I just like check it out. If it's like a couple bucks, pick it up. It's really good. Yeah, it's like Pac-Man 256 or 356 or something like that. I want to put that out there. And another game for kids is a game called Pixar Rush. I believe this is on Game Pass.
That is definitely a Game Pass.
It is amazing. So Disney and Pixar worked with like Microsoft. It is an exclusive to Xbox and Windows, but it is really good, and it's 2-player co-op. And the way it's like a Ratatouille. You're a kid, and you go to Pixar Studios or whatever, and you can pick between the worlds. And
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, dude, it's Pixar.
It's a
Rush.
great kids game.
It's great graphics. Everybody is reprised their role. So literally, the guy who did the voice of Remy from Ratatouille is him.
That Patton.
Patton Oswalt. Yep.
Yes, everybody. All the guys from Toy Story. Everybody except.
When did this come out?
Like 5, 6 years, 7 years ago.
Wow,
it's good graphics though. Yeah, and I think Ellen DeGeneres, like everybody is in it, and because she plays Dory or whatever. But everybody is in this game. You check out, like you go to like The Incredibles, Ratatouille, you
Cars,
do Toy Story. Cars. Yes,
Wow.
all of those up until a certain point. Like the movies that were out, and then. Tom Hanks does not play Woody though.
It's his brother, right?
It's his brother.
It's always his brother.
Factoid. Yeah. Whenever Tom Hanks does something famous, his brother is his voice actor for everything he does. Kind of a cool relationship. He's like, you get to do that, and I'll do this. So, but other than that, yeah, it's quality, and it's so good. Like 2 little kids could play it. It's so innocent. The controls are. It's so like go to the
very
Finding
guided.
Nemo world.
You go down. It's a lot of like guided paths and like. You're not gonna fail. There's no fail states really in games.
Right. It's made for kids. It's really super chill. So get that. I think that's really good. Pixar Rush. I just want to put that out.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
That was a good call.
Yep. And then I don't know. And then like Sea of Thieves is kind of fun. It's a little bit hardcore at times.
I was gonna bring up Sea of Thieves too. Yeah,
but it's a little casual too. Like if you and somebody that's, I don't know, it's like you can just go out and just like have an adventure and not worry about like really good aiming and really good timing for shooting. It's really kind of
I feel like the
chill.
most fun parts of that games are just like is a part of that game is just sailing on a ship with your friends and fucking pulling out your instrument and playing a shanty or drinking some grog and puking on the deck. Those are the most fun parts of that game. Like
game scratches a certain itch.
Yeah. Like
Absolutely.
I could take or leave, I feel like the the quests you go on are just a means to an end. Like, it's cliche, but sometimes it's more of the journey than the destination, especially in that game.
That game is for sure. If you're a hardcore gamer, don't touch it for the combat. If you're looking for like something realistic, it's not that realistic, but it's realistic enough. But like the water experience,
I mean, it's
like,
rare. You got cartoony style graphics.
True. Yeah, it's a rare game. Like rare, it is what it is. It's very unique. So I thought that was just something that, like I would
still think it's the best looking water in video games. It looks so good.
Stunning water, and the lighting and all that stuff is really good. It's surprising they don't have local co-op because I would love to play that with my 6-year-old. I would love to play that game split screen, and I can't. That's a shame. But yeah, and then one more relaxed-ish game is Portal 2. So I don't know if we talked about Portal 1. I think we did.
We talked about a little bit about
Oh shit moments. Yeah, oh shit moment. If you want to go, that's a good episode. Our oh shit moments episode in video games. But Portal 1 is fantastic, but it's only single player. Then they come out with Portal 2, and it has a fantastic campaign. But alongside it is a co-op experience, and I've never played it, and I've always wanted to, and it's got local and online co-op. Portal 2, has either of you guys played it?
Oh yeah.
And the co-op too?
That's still one of the ones I gotta play. I played the first hour of it a long time ago, but I need to go back to that one.
Okay, well, I just wanted to mention it because, and I don't know, please write to us if you have an experience with that game, and tell me about the co-op, because I always wanted to. It's like a hole in my co-op experiences. But yeah, that game, those puzzles are just so fun, and I would love to do that with somebody. And I think that's just a cool idea. But
it's probably, I know it was on 360 where they put out. Oh, maybe Portal 2 wasn't on that one. The orange box where it had Half-Life 1, 2.
Yep.
That was 1, yeah. Orange Box was 1 because it was Halo Episode 2. I'm sorry, Halo. Half-Life 2 Half-Life Episode 2
yep.
or whatever.
Yes.
What am I trying to say? Half-Life 2,
yes.
Episode 1 and Episode 2. I am sorry that I did that. Whatever it was. It was like this weird thing that they did. And then Team Fortress 2.
Yep.
And then they snuck in
Portal, the first
Portal.
one.
Yeah, and they call it the Orange Box. It was this awesome idea that they didn't support on consoles, but yes, it was great on PC.
But while we're in, I feel like we got a little bit away from the family games, but one that I wanted to bring up, that's a really good another good couch co-op. That's it's relatively simple, but still engaging enough to be fun. Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. I think you guys played that one.
Do you think that's casual, or do you think that's? I would say.
I mean,
more hardcore.
My wife liked it, and she was able to play it, so that's a good indication that it's
so
casual.
Adorable.
Yeah,
it's a cool game.
Yeah, so
cool
I don't
concept.
know. There's something about it that it's definitely cute. It's got that aesthetic, but it can get stressful if you're trying to, run around and manage all the different controls of the ship.
Well, let's just say it. It's up to 4 players.
Yeah,
and you're in the ship, and like each corner, or like I don't know. It's just
a circular ship. So
yeah.
So each point of the circle is basically a different control room that controls either the guns or the shields or the thrust or whatever. Yep.
So the ship stays in the middle the whole time.
Yeah,
the
as
screen.
you're going through the levels. It's weird.
So it's much more
there's
difficult.
Always less
with
of you than controls.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's much more difficult with less people, but like with only 2 people, I think there's 4 sets of controls. So you got to run between them. each time. So one person's usually always on like the thrust, and then one person will rotate between the shields or the guns. But
that one's one that I think would be better with online co-op. Would be nice because
I know.
I don't know if it's a latency thing or what, or just networking thing, but I think
I
they
would
specifically designed it for the couch.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely that one screen kind of game, which is nice.
I wouldn't let your kid play it. I think it's a little bit too complicated unless your kid's like really good at games. But I would say maybe like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old and above, or something like that. Like you got to be somewhat familiar with controls, the controller and stuff like that. I mean, your wife liked it though. I mean, that's cool. So it has a charm to it.
Yeah, the only thing, I mean, it's pretty simple. Like you're basically just running and jumping up to the platforms to each control. I mean, I think the hardest thing is probably shooting the aliens and, controlling where you're aiming and everything. But as far as like, I don't know, driving the ship is pretty simple. Controlling the shields, but
sure, the controls aren't hard. It's just like the timing and like all the things that are going on. It can be
when you get to the harder levels, more and more
Overcooked.
enemies are coming at you, so it definitely gets harder.
Well, hey, have you ever played like a game like Unravel? Not Unravel, but Unravel 2, because that's the one that had co-op in it.
That looked good. Yeah, I never played it though.
I was gonna say, because like that's a game where like same age group a little bit, maybe a little bit younger. Like my 6-year-old can play most of it with me. But yeah, that's something like that. It's 2 players. It's super cool. It's gorgeous. It's a Ubisoft game. The first one was really good, but it was only 1 player, and the second one came out, and it's like your little yarn characters, and you go from left to right, and you kind of solve those puzzles together. I don't know. I don't want to give anything away. It's kind of like, check it out. Just it's unique, and it's usually on sale. Unravel 1 and 2, fantastic games, but the second one's the one with co-op. But it's kind of like the same age group, I guess. Could play that. Do you guys ever play Diablo with your kids? Because honestly, like you might think like Diablo, that's kind of violent. I'm like, oh, they don't swear. There's no beheading, and the artwork is so small and far from you the camera that like.
Yeah,
and it's so easy.
Especially Diablo 3. Diablo 3 is very. It went more with that like cartoony kind of art style. It's not like hyper realistically violent or anything. I mean, there's some blood and like there's some exploding like corpses and stuff, but it's. I feel like it's
demons
stylized.
It's not as.
It's stylized enough where it's not like disturbing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like that Blizzard art style now that like League of Legends have, and all of them. They're just kind of like it's just like. Kind of cartoony but detailed ish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's great. My kid has a blast with it, and I don't know.
That's playing a game called Diablo.
Yeah, right.
Diablo.
That's a perfect example of a game. I think it's really well designed because pretty much anyone could pick up and play it and just hack and slash with simple controls. But there is that like depth to it if you really want to get into it with the loot and the different move sets and all that stuff.
Yeah, so many moves. You're just constantly getting stuff. Like they do a good job for sure. I want to play more of that with my kid. Yeah, it's a good one. And honestly, like it might be controversial, but I had it for my PC back in the day when it came out, and I was like, meh. I played it on console, and I was like, this is way better with controller. Isn't that wild? Like, I don't know if that's, like, a thing, but, like, I think Diablo is vastly better or more easily accessible to play with the controllers. I just think it's just easier to just move around with joysticks than...
I always prefer controller, because I just don't like sitting at a desk to play my
clicking
games.
away.
I need to put my feet up. I need to relax. Controllers just seem so much easier, especially with now that we got dual analogs. Like back in the day when you just had D-pads and stuff, it was a little different. But
that's a good point. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, I think that's enough for like the more chill, casual. You and your.
Oh, I still got one. I got one more for that.
Oh,
just one more. Just one more.
And
it's just kind of it's a weird one because it's not really.
Is it N plus? Because I forgot that one. Is it N plus? N plus is amazing. Get it?
No. It's technically a 1-player game, but this is one that these games are the only ones that I actually play co-op. with the wifey, but the full motion video, like choose your own adventure games.
Okay.
There's been a lot of those that have been
movies?
coming out lately. Yeah, like the FMV games. So the
Full
one we
motion
played
video.
recently was the 5 Dates one, and it's basically choose your own adventure Tinder. But there was one called The Late Shift, which was like an action movie. There's one called
That
The
was
Complex, which was like a suspense thriller.
When we all worked
movie.
together, what was that one that we all played it together? on
Her
our lunch
Story.
break? That was so
Her
cool.
Story.
Her Story was good.
Because you had to take like
Like,
notes and remember shit.
yeah, and it's technically a single player game, but I think it's better when you play with people for those because you got people
That's our
yelling
tip.
out answers and
Pro tip.
yeah. So that was my last, I guess, light.
No, good
one.
call, Dave. You're very creative with like what a co-op game could be. Because like you also brought up like MMORPGs, like World of Warcraft and stuff like that.
I
And,
still,
like,
I got
technically,
one
yeah.
of those. Yeah, Fallout 76. I mean,
Oh, here we go.
it's come a
Go for
long
it.
way,
So,
guys.
you have the stage, Dave. Sell it to us.
I mean,
Why
when
is
it
that a
first
good
came out,
co-op game?
obviously it had a lot of issues when it first came out, but no, they have the Wastelanders update out, which added people back. They
We
got
have
multiple
NPCs now.
multiple camp updates that you can do now. They added vendors and they have like actual settlements. So there's groups of Wastelanders or raiders that live on the map, and you can do quests between the two of them. But I mean, you can do PvP in it, but nope. I don't know. People don't ever really do anything like that. It's mostly all just PvE. So it's cool. You know, you go in there, you talk to people. I don't really, talk to the randoms, but it's tough to find people to play these days.
I keep telling myself.
It got such a bad rap when it came out but
I keep telling myself that I'm gonna go back to that game because I do. Sometimes I have that Fallout itch that I want to go back, but I mean, there's so many other. I have this.
Well, hold on a second. I've never played it.
That's true.
I don't like Fallout. I
You
don't like those
Fallout?
kind of.
He doesn't
No,
like
I
the
don't like
aesthetic.
post-apocalyptic games.
Come
I just don't
on.
like going to a world where everything. I don't like that shit. It just bores me. Like sometimes I'll play it, but like I don't know. But I do like the time era, kind of like stuck in that 50s kind of
Yeah,
art style. I adore that. But I don't really care for
This is when you're
radioactive
rebuilding
post-apocalyptic shit.
America.
But I'll play it. I'll play it if you guys are gonna like Eric. If you want to go back, I've never played it, so I'll play it with you because I'll get the first time experience. And now seems to be the time to do it.
I mean, 76. I only played once with Dave, and I had a good time, but I never went back to it.
You gotta. I mean, and 76 is nice because there's different biomes around the map. So up at the top, there's like the irradiated swamps where there's like bubbling pools, and over in the east, there's like marshes with like tons of mutated trees over your head. If you go down south, there's a cranberry bog where
You can fight
there's a
Mothman.
full city. Yeah, Mothman. He pokes his head
He's
around.
lurking
There's
out
a
there.
whole area the whole first area is called the forest, and it's actually like green. Like, if it wasn't for the
Okay,
buildings, you could look
that
around and
sounds
think
good.
it's Skyrim. But
Okay, that's what the thing I like. I didn't like 3. Like I tried 3 like a couple times.
where
I
everything's
regret not
brown.
playing. Yeah,
Brown
It's
and
got
was
that
gray.
greenish tint to yeah. That
yeah, and I
irradiated
never played
look.
Red Vegas or whatever it was.
New
which
Vegas.
I heard it was really. Was it New Vegas?
New Vegas,
Sorry.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, New Vegas. If you're looking for lush
I heard that
or
was like the best.
varied landscapes, you're not going to find it in New Vegas. It's mostly just deserts.
No.
Oh. See, that sounds like more of the same
That's
shit.
basically it. It's just dead trees everywhere, more
I
or
love
less.
Skyrim because it's like vibrant with life and animals and people and like not everything's trying to kill me. And I just
You got
think it's
animals in
cool.
Fallout. They're irradiated animals that are trying to kill you.
Yeah, like hairless squirrels that are running around and all sorts of weird.
Yeah,
that just
got
makes
the
me wanna
naked
play,
mole rats.
Just give me Horizon. That's what I want then. It's just a vibrant world of like cool
That's
shit
true.
like that. Post-apocalyptic in a very like natural world. I don't know. That game's fucking awesome. No co-op though, so we'll skip over that. All right. Do you guys want to get into some more of the
Most
I
of
don't know,
my
more of the
most of my
intense.
games were like the latter or the whatever the former, whereas they're all
okay.
cozy couch
Oh,
co-op
really? I'm
games.
surprised you didn't say Mario
I
Brothers.
got a couple of
You
them
gotta
though.
get Super Mario Brothers. It's always good.
The-
with the
I don't-
co-op.
The
I
Mario,
honestly-
the new ones with the 4
They're
player
good.
side scrolling ones, or what's
They're fucking good.
Yeah, they're all great.
Mario,
You gotta give
Super
those
Mario
a
Brothers
shout out.
Deluxe.
I honestly don't think I've ever played a Mario game co-op. Actually, I think I played. I want to say I played like New
It's
Super
wild.
Mario Bros. On DS with one of my friends, like on the bus, because you could do
Oh,
like,
really?
the local co-op through the
Oh, that's
DSs.
cool.
If they're close enough to each other, you could play together. With if you each had
Well,
a
hey.
DS, but that's the extent of my Mario co-op.
Oh, I have a
knowledge.
Switch, dude. Let's play some Mario Brothers online together. Can you do that? Is
What-
there online?
It's Nintendo,
if
so
you're-
probably not.
You're
Oh.
talking about Mario 3D Land, right? That's the one you have, right?
The one deluxe, the one that came out with Wii U,
Or 3D World.
that they
With Bowser's Fury.
3D World, yeah.
and then that one as well. Those both have. Well,
I
there's
would-
one that's like.
I would definitely play
Well-
that together, but I don't have it. But I
Oh, okay.
want to
Well,
buy it.
it's $60 because it's Nintendo, and that's how they roll.
I say I just bought
They're
Mario.
like
I just
Apple.
bought Mario Golf for $60. So
For sale.
that's my Nintendo budget for a while.
Yeah, dude. I know Nintendo. If you want to get a Nintendo Switch, you better have like $1,000 ready to go because that's what you're gonna need to get set up. Not really. Probably like $600.
We could get it.
I would
Yeah,
say.
we could fucking get into that. Well, I just bought, I just bought Ghost of Tsushima on Amazon for $30. I was waiting for that to go on
How
sale.
is it?
I haven't
How
got
is
it
it?
yet.
Good.
It's
Good
I
deal.
still have to get it delivered. It's getting delivered tomorrow. But I gotta try.
Okay.
I'm excited to try that this weekend. I've been wanting
I
to
love
play
that I have
for a
PS
long time.
I've been paying for like the PS Plus kind of shit so that I get the free games,
Yeah,
and it's great because they're not fucking around. They're giving some great
yeah.
gems
You
now.
just build up the library and then
Yeah, so I got like this PlayStation collection going on. I had like Days Gone and Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm like, yeah, I'll just yoink 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 yoink.
Yep.
So that is cool. All right, well, I just want can we get into the more hardcore games now?
Let's get into
'Cause,
the
like,
meat.
Oh my
Sure.
yes, Halo. Co-op
Halo. Yep, I was gonna bring that up.
is I would say when you're looking at first person shooters, competitive, great controls, great enemy AI. You can't beat Halo. Go get the Master Chief Collect. If you have Game Pass, seriously, you have this game. Get a buddy, get one other person, and go play Halo 1 and 2.
Free up
three
150
together.
gigs on your Xbox.
It's a lot of space for sure, but it's kind of like the Star Wars of video games as far as like you gotta see one of the best sci-fis that's ever been made, and that's what Halo did. That's why Bungie was like the name for a long time, and they're still good today. Like there's just so many people are so passionate about that era of like the early Xbox days and Halo, and that's because not only did it deliver on controls and story and sound and whatever, just fidelity, but it had co-op. It just had it. Like, holy fuck, it had co-op in it. And it was just like, I don't know. I remember like this dark era where like there was no co-op in a lot of the games I played on PC and in console for a while, unless it was like stupid shit like Contra or Double Dragon. But those are old games and just simple beat 'em up games. But first person shooter co-op, I don't remember that being in Quake or Halo. I mean, I guess with mods or whatever, but or it was like with LANs. But you and a buddy on an Xbox just the first one, could just have the debut game and both have a controller and just play that game. And the co-op was so good. I'm sorry, I just had to set that standard and what I want out of like a competitive co-op game.
I mean, you and me, Brandon, the other week, we just played some missions in Halo 2 co-op, and it was fun as hell.
It's intense. Yeah, the enemy type like that. So, and that's the thing. Like that co-op is really good because the AI in that game, not every monster wants to die, and that's a lot of things that I notice in co-op games is that they'll just run at you until they die. Yeah, single player games do this too, but like in Halo, they don't. If they are about to die, they might like pull out grenades and like kamikaze their way at you and like I'll take you out with me, but like other ones will just run away and hide.
I was
And
gonna
it's just,
say
like,
a lot of the enemies
but it's
have
hard, it's really good.
yeah, they all have
Mhm.
like unique behaviors, and they'll attack you differently. Like, and they're relatively smart too. Like they'll flank you, they'll gang up
will.
on you. You know,
They will
if
let
there's
the
more
weaker
than
ones
one
go
in
in
the
front
room.
of them.
Yep.
If you notice that the elites, they will fall back and the grunts will run in front. If you play Halo on Legendary, I think it's some of the best
It's so fucking
developer
it's impossible.
AI. It is. You really, if you and a buddy are really good at video games, you really want to challenge yourself and have a fucking epic moment with each other, go play Halo campaign games on Legendary. You will be so, like, at the end, you'll just do like that look, like you just nod at each other like we fucking did it. Nobody else in this world would give a fuck, but we did it. It's so
Dude, we had a
hard.
tough time on heroic.
But
We
it's
had to fucking
fair.
bump it down to normal.
That's true. I didn't understand why that, but whatever. We're maybe.
Well,
I
we
don't know.
were also at like the final mission of the game, so they're the hardest enemies in the entire game.
That's true. That's true. It's
So.
true. It was like the last level coming in hot. But yeah, so that's Halo. I don't know. What do you guys have as far as like maybe I don't know, first person shooters or something like that?
We mentioned it earlier, but I definitely wanted to bring up Left 4 Dead.
Oh my god, yes.
Such a good co-op
It's
game.
intense.
So good.
I played a ton of that, you know, a long time ago when I was a kid. I mostly played it by
Me too.
mostly played it by myself with AI characters, but I would jump
Really?
online. Yeah,
I
didn't
only
re-
played it online.
I didn't
or with
really
friends.
have any friends to play with back then who had the game, so I was playing by
Okay.
myself with the AI characters, and
The tanks.
yeah,
Guys, tank. The drums would kick in and you're like,
so good.
"Yeah."
I mean, the AI was like decently competent.
Mhm.
Like it wasn't, you know, it's not like I was doing all the work. But yeah, just
Yeah, Left 4 Dead 4-player
Dude,
game.
the hordes of zombies coming at you and just mowing them down with a machine gun. It's like you can't beat that. That's definitely one of the
That's
best
Valve, right?
zombie. Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
God damn it, Valve. What is your problem? Why? Seriously, what is
I
your
mean,
problem?
we
I
got
know you
Back
have
for
Steam,
Blood
but,
coming
like,
out. We got Back for Blood coming out. We definitely need to play that when that drops.
I am
Yeah,
gonna
absolutely.
I am gonna get that. I have to get that. I love Left 4 Dead so much. Yes.
Dude, we should just buy Left 4 Dead because it's backwards compatible on Xbox and just play it.
I think I already have it, but yeah.
I may have it lying around.
I want to play that again so bad. So good.
I would say that's one of the
Left 4
best
Dead
co-
1 and
co-op
2
games
are
ever,
both
for sure.
amazing. Both of them.
100%. The thing, let's just talk about Left 4 Dead for a second. Why is it so good? Here's the reason why. These guys, these geniuses at that team, seriously, you guys know I love character design. That's why I like Overwatch, because the characters all feel so unique and so good. Like I like a fighting game, but like when I play Left 4 Dead, it's not the characters that we play because we're all the same. It's just a matter of the weapons we pick up, but the monster types. So like a smoker, did we talked about this right in our
Yeah,
right?
with
Or
the witch,
episode, right?
Probably,
the witches
yeah.
and
The
the
witch?
tanks. Yep.
The tanks, yeah. But like the sound. So like when you're playing and you're like just kind of picking off like some zombies or whatever, constantly just running through in zombies. But there'll be like these certain monster types that would come out randomly generated, and they would come out, and one of them was like a smoker, and you would just hear like,
Yep.
and you just knew one was around, and you were kind of like, all right, guys, there's a smoker, and a smoker could he has like a long tongue that could just like zip
Oh,
out.
I hated those
and catch you.
motherfuckers.
So you always had to state that this is the genius, because like those like the other one, the crawler that acted like a panther,
Mhm.
he would like purr and then like kind of dive on you. If you were pinned down by one of these things or strangled, the other three had to save you. And I just think that was genius because it really forced the four of you to stick together. Because if one person ran off, the
Mhm.
game would know, and it would purposely send like a boomer or a crawler or whatever smoker at you to punish you for leaving your team. And I think
Yep.
that's just what I want out of a co-op game.
Yeah,
I think
and
that's
there's
just really good,
There's a
but
strategy
in a creative way.
Yeah, there's a strategy to take down each zombie type, like you were saying. Like the tanks, obviously, all of you have to focus your fire on the tank because he's
Collect
coming
them.
at you.
The gas canisters, and like, all right, and then the other ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Try to blow it up.
Oh my god. Yeah, so good. Yeah, and when you trigger a horde, like that sound, like a horde's coming.
Oh, the violins.
Yep.
And yes.
And you're just gonna have to mow down some zombies. Yeah, that is quintessential first person.
And then the chill moments would
co-op.
be like the saxophone or whatever it is, like or trombone or something like that. It'd be like this jazzy kind of like chill sound, and you would just hear like subtle trumpets or whatever playing.
And I love
brass section playing.
I love that the characters in game actually talk to each other. Like they'll call out, like
cool.
you can do your commands, like call out pills or whatever. Pills here, that's the classic one. And they'll call out the enemy. They'll call out the enemy types. They'll say like, "Oh, there's a boomer up ahead," or like
But they'll chat.
Exactly. It's
really good.
That's really smart. Because it tells you what's coming up next. If you don't, if someone's looking the other way and they don't see, this boomer in front of you, they have a chance to get out of the way. And if they need pills, they'll call it out. If they need a health pack, they'll call it out. So I thought that was really smart too.
Genius. Dave, you ever played Left 4 Dead games or no?
A little bit here and there, but I didn't.
Okay.
I'm not quite as knowledgeable as these guys are on those. But
okay, what was the new one coming out?
Back for Blood.
Back for Blood.
Okay, please.
Same developers.
Let's play that game.
Yep.
Same people.
Turtle Rock.
Good.
Yep. Oh man, I can't wait.
Is that a fall game?
I think so. Yep. I'm pretty sure it comes out later this year.
Okay.
Well, if we're talking about shooters, we should talk about schlooters.
I hate that word.
I know, it's horrible.
It's disgusting.
There's the Destinies. Take your pick. You got your Destinies. I'm a fan of Division 1 and 2.
Yeah, Division's good. I should play more of it. Division 2 is really good.
Run around with buddies and shoot shit. It's pretty mindless. You're going just from checkpoint to checkpoint just to do stuff, and it's kind of just more like a vehicle to hang out and shoot stuff with your friends rather than
I think that was where
the strategy of Left 4 Dead isn't quite there,
right?
But,
yeah, I think that was where I went.
There's strategy in Left 4 Dead.
I tried to play it by myself.
And the part.
Yeah, the Division is not very fun by yourself. I think that you need co-op for that game.
Yeah, dude, stop playing games by yourself that are designed for co-op. Damn it, Eric, what's wrong with you? No,
I'm a single player guy, man.
Did you play Resident Evil 5 by yourself?
You guys know this. I'm mostly a single player guy, but
did you play Resident Evil 5 by yourself?
No, I haven't played that game.
Oh, Mr. Resident Evil, you didn't play 5?
I am not Mr. Resident Evil. I've only finished a handful of the games.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
I've played.
Anyways, 5 has got great co-op.
A decent amount of them, but yeah, I'm definitely by no means an expert. Maybe within us, I'm an expert, but I've definitely
or
not
the balls
to
play 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right. Well, yeah. All right. Well, anyways, sorry, Dave. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but yeah. What else did you have there?
I also had PvE survival games on there. So your Minecrafts, your Ark, where you're fighting dinosaurs.
Games. Speaking of Turtle Rock, you remember?
Valheim? Yeah.
Remember Evolve? Remember that one?
Oh yeah,
you guys have heard of
Dave
that?
and I tried.
Did you try that one?
4v1 monster game, yeah.
Yeah, that was the
asymmetrical
asymmetrical co-op where four of you fighting the one big monster. The concept of that was so freaking cool. Like I was super excited when that game was coming out because
but Dead by Daylight did it better, I would say, or something like that.
I feel like Evolve was one of the first games to attempt that asymmetrical co-op type game, like the
doubt it. Yeah. I'm sure that mode has been figured out as a mod.
I can't think of anything before that.
Absolutely, dude. But no, dude, that concept is not new. I guess for like a focus,
for like a mainstream, idea, for like the concept of a game. I thought that was so cool when it was coming out, but
that game was not fun.
It just did not deliver on everything that it promised.
I played it at PAX one year. I waited like an hour and a half to 2 hours just in line just to play Evolve, and we got murdered by the monster, and it was over in like a minute and a half. And I'm like, what the fuck did I just wait for?
You just told me never to go to PAX with that story.
Well, it depends what you're waiting in line
You
for.
may not like this game.
Yeah, it all depends on the year you're going. There's always something good.
PAX is going to be
Depends what
back
you're going for,
this year, or
But no,
next year.
Minecraft and Ark is, I don't know. It's you kind of just you have to band together to build your towns, to build your
Minecraft's
you know
dope.
to
With your
go
son.
collecting stuff. Yeah, play
Get around.
Minecraft with the
So
kids
cool.
or Ark with the adults mostly,
Dude,
unless you want to show the
can
kids the dinosaurs, whatever. But
So let me tell you a story really quick. So my son Jack and I were playing Minecraft. And he was really into it because he, he'll play with like whatever other kids, our friends' kids, whatever, and like, they'll all get into it. So he's like, "Dad, I want to play this with you." I'm like, "Sure." So we built like these houses. We built like this mansion, and he wanted to put in like a pool. I think he dug too deep, or he put lava somewhere. And the lava, so I was like, I don't know where I was. I was either at like my buddy's house jamming on a guitar, or I was gone. I come home and my wife's like, "All right, so Jack's really upset right now, and he has to tell you something. He doesn't know how to tell you, but he's really upset about something in a video game." And I'm like, "Okay."
no, I know what's going on.
And
there.
I'm like,
great.
I go, Jack, what happened? He's like, "I burned her house down." I'm like, the whole thing's gone. So I'm like, it's a video game. It's just a game, dude. And he's like, "No, I burned it all down. It's all ruined because of me." And so I loaded it up and I'm like, "Well, let's fix it." And like, all right, shit, there's a lot of lava here, which is whatever. The first floor was full of lava. He burned down like 2 walls. We had like a giant mansion. I'm like, dude, who cares? Like, I think it's cool to have a pool of lava. He was devastated. They burned down this.
Aw.
I think, but you can do these things. It's hilarious. Please play this game with your kids. The imagination. It's like Legos in a digital space with your kids. It's just do it, right? I think it's fantastic.
It's fun to watch kids play because I like leave them alone and I come back and there's just like the most random shit everywhere because they're playing in creative mode and not having to grind for all the crazy stuff. But like at the end of the Lego movie, how like he doesn't want his sister to play because she just like mishmashes all sorts of shit together. It looks like that where like they came into a villager's town and they just set up shop and they just started fucking wrecking shit and like there's all sorts of weird shit. There's like 80 llamas over here just randomly cruising around in a pack, but just letting kids go in there. It's kind of just like a big sandbox, but that is a good one. You guys
Dave,
got anything left?
Yeah, Cuphead.
God.
God damn it.
This
game.
That's a good one.
This game, I don't even know what to say about this game. It's like, it's the coolest art and technology in video games I've seen in a long time. Where like, how do they do this? Like, it truly looks like it was drawn in the 1930s, like Steamboat Willie from like the early days of Disney or something like that. And the first level is instantly hard. What's that?
It's all hand drawn too. Like it's insane.
Yeah, so it's just stunning to see. It comes in 2 modes, like easy and normal. Normal is insanely hard. Just put it on easy or whatever they call it, simple or whatever. But
Simple and regular.
I just say play it on simple and have fun because you won't unless you have no other video games and you really want to like beat this game. But
Punish yourself.
It's a boss, but you're constantly fighting bosses, and it's so cool because it's like everything's just so creative, and you really do have to work together. And I don't know, it's fun. It's hard. It's challenging, even on simple. There's an effort there. So I would say. And it's only local, because it's really down to like the last second. Like it has to be it's Twitch based, kind of really instant. So hardcore, play it with a friend. It's really cool. It deserves all the praise. I think there's a sequel coming out, right? Or did they add a girl character?
There's going to be some DLC, and there's going to be a Netflix show, a Cuphead Netflix show.
Whatever, I'll make it. I love it. I think it's such a cool concept.
Well,
like,
that was sweet.
Yeah, so that's a cool game. I wanted to throw that out there. And then like Dave, you were playing some Borderlands. What do you got to say about Borderlands? Is that too casual, or do you think there's something more competitive there, or like no? Go with Gears of War. Or
I mean,
or something.
I like to keep track of the story and kind of all the dumb shit that happens in it. You know, random stuff blowing up or stupid dirty jokes and all that kind of stuff. So I like to catch all that stuff. So I don't mind playing it solo, but it's definitely way better with more people because the level scaling, they just add so many more guys and you get so many more weapons and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy. But
what
it's
about
a nice colorful change up. It's bright.
Well, Far Cry 5 makes me think of that too, right, Dave? Where like it's kind of fun with a friend.
Absolutely. Just the random, Far Cry is just like the random shit that happens where like all of a sudden that helicopter shows up and starts dive bombing you, or a fucking bear runs out of the woods.
It's so true.
Just like, it's a lot of, emergent gameplay in that, those Far Cry ones that it's good fun.
Is Far Cry 6 going to have all of this stuff as well as 5?
I think so.
5 is a blast. Okay.
I hope they bring back the level building. They had like an arcade mode in there where you could like build your own levels and you could download other people's levels and try.
Dude,
I hope
someone made an entire remake of GoldenEye for the N64 in the Far Cry 5 editor.
How?
It's insane.
That's sweet.
Are people doing this stuff?
Insane, man. People are crazy, man. They either got a lot of time on their hands or
I don't know. The facility out of my
dedicated.
Head.
Yeah, man. That's great. Let's see what else I got.
What else we got left?
I think I only have it's funny, we were talking about Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance, but another game that I used to play co-op as a kid was another game in the Dark Alliance series, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance.
Whoa, that's PC, right, dude?
It came out it's a console. It was supposed to be a more like accessible console version of like the Baldur's Gate games. So it's more action focused. It's basically like you were saying before, like a Diablo clone, but it was it's like super fun. It's mostly just nostalgia. I don't know if it's any fun going back to it today, but I used to play it with my brothers all the time. When we were kids, we had it for GameCube, and I just remember that being super fun. It's basically Diablo. It's like that isometric, action style gameplay, dungeon crawling, getting loot and collecting gold and all that stuff. But they just re-released it on modern consoles not too long ago. With online co-op, so that's another option. Like that's I just remember that being super fun.
Well, that made me just have a flashback of like remember those old Lord of the Rings games for PlayStation 2?
Yeah, man. I don't know if those are co-op.
There was that Star Wars Jedi Power Battles. Top-down slasher arcadey game, but
I always wanted that game. But I never got it. I think I played like a demo of it at a GameStop once.
Arcadey slasher where you're just running around levels and jumping over lasers and slicing up robots. But I think that was during when the prequels were coming out. They put that one out. That was a good one.
Phantom Menace time. Yep.
Yeah, I mean co-op's been around for a while, and I think it's still strong. I mean, we just played a game that was built around co-op. We brought up a lot of more, I would say, modern games in co-op, and they've been around for a while. And I think if you hear a game by reputation for its co-op, I would trust it. I think gamers are, as a whole, will have a good opinion on something that's good or bad. But I also say just play it for yourself and find out. I think that's probably like a really good tip. Ignore all the people that are just shitting on Dark Alliance. I think if you have 2 to 3 buds that have like a good attitude, I think you'll have a good time with that game. Just give it a couple of weeks for that to update.
Try it out for yourself. Like if you like that, I don't know. If you like that,
it's what you make of it.
D&D aesthetic, then I think you'll like it. Obviously, if you're not into fantasy stuff, then you're probably not going to like it or have fun with it. But it's it's a fun, just mindless hack and slash type thing, an excuse to hang out with your friends.
Well, the reason why I brought that up is because I wanted to segue into something that I want Dave to close it out on, and then we'll take a break. Even though I don't have much confidence in it, I think we can't ignore the fact that Intellivision has a console coming out that is dedicated to the concept of co-op.
Yeah.
So
I
Dave,
have this written down in all capital letters
Oh,
too.
God.
I
Here
want
we
to. I'm
go
going to give
again.
you credit for not talking about it, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
I feel like this
Why
should
did-
This
be.
is very valid. So if you like the idea of co-op and you have somebody or whatever in mind that can sit down on the couch with you, be it your kid, your girlfriend, your buddy, or whatever, Dave's going to excel or tell you what the Intellivision has coming out and why you should have it for co-op. Go ahead, Dave.
Well, like that,
Enjoy.
like the whole first section that we did, we kind of talked about those easy to pick up games that you can play with the girlfriend or play with the kids that aren't too deep or got a lot of buttons to press or stuff like that. And that's literally the shot that the Amico's trying to take. It's trying to wedge right into that casual couch co-op experience. So simple enough that your grandma can play it, but also like deep enough where, you know, you're going to beat the shit out of your grandma because she's just a dumb old lady that doesn't know how to play video games. So
Damn.
it does. It looks like it's aiming for that casual market, but
How much is it? How much is that console?
I think it's $250. I want to
Yeah,
say.
I think I want to say 250.
$250. And the
Yes.
television came out. It's the only console ever made by Mattel, right? Mattel
Correct.
made it.
Mattel
Came out-
Electronics.
It was 1980 or 79 or what,
It's in
what was the year?
the late 70s, I believe.
Sure,
Isn't it-
yeah.
Atari had already had a good lead on them when they came out, but which is why we bought it, because it had better graphics than the Intel or the Atari.
Yeah,
so
but
they
it's
say,
a throwback console, and it's
Yeah.
really focused on people who are looking for like that era of innocent couch co-op gameplay, right?
There, you know, and it's gonna aim. I don't know. It's cheap enough where all the games are cheap enough that you can just buy one on a whim, and it comes with 6 games to start, so you don't
Yeah, and
have to.
it'll be
dive
supported,
in
right?
super
Games
deep.
will be added to it as time goes on. And
There's,
then
there's a healthy list.
Who's behind it, Dave? Real quick, who's behind it so we can get people to have some confidence in this thing because it's kind
well,
of random, but
Tommy Talarico is the mouthpiece of Intellivision currently. I think he's a president, CEO. I don't know what you want to call him, but he's the one
Who's
that's
he?
out in front. He put
what's his
together.
credentials?
He worked on a couple different games.
He
was
advertised
recently-
himself when he
was-
did his whole E3 presentation as the person who has done the work on the most games like ever, whether it be like a tiny piece of voice dialogue or like
Oh, all right.
you know, a bigger role.
So
But
he's a
Big
video
lawsuit
game
over the
veteran.
Roblox oof.
right.
He's been around. He put together the video game orchestra or video game.
Okay, but he's
Something like that,
he's
some
not
of
some
those
clown.
shows.
Like he's from the industry. He's
No,
a veteran.
They got a whole bunch of vets over
But
there.
who's
A
the
lot of them,
Xbox guy?
like Jay Allard was one of the old Xbox original marketing. I think it was the marketing guy over there. But he's on
Yeah.
board. They got a lot of. I mean, it's not a huge team that's putting the thing together, but it's. I mean, it's been in the works for the last 2 or 3 years. I want to say.
Okay.
Since it kickstarted, but then they did a whole nother backer campaign. What was it called? Fig got eaten up by somebody, but where you can invest and then you get back part of the profits. So they raised a couple $1 million over there too. So it looks like it's got some life to it. So hopefully you can catch a niche. Get
What's
some
it
good
called?
word of mouth.
What's
out
the
there.
official name?
The Intellivision Amico.
Okay, and it's $250. It's up to 4 players, or how many players can?
I think up to 8
8,
because
yeah.
after
Okay.
it comes with 2 controllers, but you can also use your phone to
All right, there you go.
hook up to it as a controller. But I think there's a good 15-20 games coming out at launch, and then they got them lined up to pump them out every quarter. So
I think it's insane that it's not subscription based, but whatever. It's to each
that
their
would be
own. What do I know?
Be an interesting model.
I think
Dude, it's $20
They're
for
so
a
cheap,
Switch
though.
to have online, and I get all the retro games for NES and SNES. I'm like, how do they not just do that? Just give us $20 and you can have all of our games. We just want you to spend $250 for the console, buy some controllers. whatever. Like, I don't know. Maybe they will eventually, but I'm very cynical against this thing. Dave is very optimistic on this thing.
I think we should make this a recurring segment on each podcast. Talk about the Intellivision Amico.
I try so hard not to.
And then
I don't think there's
we
that
can
much news to talk
listen.
about it.
Maybe we can get a sponsorship that we can roll with. Talk to Tommy
please. Next thing you know, the
Talarico.
episode's just
We'll
like,
be
this
talking
is
this thing up.
and I am super excited to talk about the Intellivision Amigo. Did you know it's only $250? I could just
Let's do it.
I get sponsored, and I'm
Let's
like,
hit up
super
Tommy
optimistic.
Talarico and get that Intellivision sponsorship.
They probably would. They need all the buzz they can get with their modest,
I mean, we're probably the
viewership.
number one podcast
listening.
talking about the Intellivision Amico right now. So we've talked
the
about it on
number
like
one
three
podcast.
different
Sure,
episodes.
there.
So yeah, I do have
All
one
right,
more
well, you heard it
thing.
here, folks.
More
I do have
poncho.
one more thing to bring up before we go on break.
Oh, go for it. Sure.
Like I did put the call out on Twitter asking for our favorite, or replying with your favorite co-op games.
Yes.
And our good friend of the podcast and
Yes.
number one fan, Chris Logan, again
Love it.
responded.
Thank you. Love you, Chris.
He said Resident Evil 5 and Borderlands 2 are 1A and 1B on my list of favorite co-op games.
Yes, and I teased RE5. Resident Evil 5 was like the first time they kind of put co-op in Resident Evil officially, right?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think so in the
So,
story,
None of the other games.
Dave
none
and
of
I
the
played
other
it
games
like a
before.
year ago together on our Xbox One, and it was like, yes, it sucks to like stop the shoot. The tank shooting is horrible, but that game is so good. It is good. It's so good. 5 is a good game. I'll say it. I don't give a shit. And 6 is stupid fun, but it's not as good as 5. It's more of the same.
What's the one where you're going to Africa shooting all the
5.
natives?
So
Okay.
it's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
There could
Yeah.
be some issues with that these days.
I
but-
didn't read into that, and I apologize if I'm being ignorant to that. I didn't pick up on that because I went in 4. You go to like Spain and just start blowing away people. And,
That's
like,
not. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
That was it. Yeah,
Once
village
they
in Europe or
start
something.
getting away from like zombies in the mainline
Dude,
games,
Resident
it's like
Evil story is stupid.
it's,
Anyways,
it's stupid dumb.
it's just
fun.
like fun to look at and fun to play.
They always
But yeah, the world.
by the end they
world's
always go off the
stupid.
rails.
The
Yeah.
movies are dumb. The story's dumb. Unless 7 has like a cool story, I don't know. But like the older ones, you're like,
7
whatever.
like every other Resident Evil game, 7 starts out like super serious and super good, and then by the end it's off the fucking rails.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
That kind of is exciting. Well, one day Dave and I are going to have the balls to go on Twitch and everybody can watch us play.
Oh,
And
that'll be
we'll
so
See
fun.
about that.
yeah, we're going to have a few beers so that we're ready to do it. But oh my God, it creeps me out. Well, thanks, Chris Logan for that shout out. Yeah, RE5 is so good. Play it with a friend. And it does local co-op as well as online. So, and then I would say 6 if you want more of the same, but like dumber, kind of like I don't know, summer budget movie, big budget movie. Like it's not. It's just like a
Michael
wild
Bay
ride.
style movie.
Yeah,
Michael Bay
that's
style.
batshit.
Thank you. That's what I should have said. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, let's take a break, and then we're gonna come back. And then last episode we started doing the name 5 things in 10 seconds. So Eric will be hosting this one when we come back. So yeah, let's take a break. Hey, we're back. And Eric is going to be taking us into the world of 10 seconds, where only
The world
the
of
person that is chosen. I don't know, I'm trying to make this really cool. No, yeah. 5 things in 10 seconds. I like to call it 5 and 10. But Eric is going to be hosting this one for Dave and I to go against each other. And I am nervous as hell. I've been thinking about this because
It's not fun
I
being
did
on this
last
end.
week. Yeah. And I don't know, man. I'm just I know what you guys went through. I mean, I was picking on Dave before we recorded about how he didn't get
Don't talk about the
name 5 games
dragons.
dragon.
the
Dragon.
dragons.
And you're
Yeah.
like, it's like such a cliche in video games. You're like,
That's so funny.
What? So that can happen, and I'm afraid of what's going to happen. So yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Let's get into it.
All right.
Do you have a theme for this, Eric, or no?
Not really. I was trying to come up with a list earlier, and it was just kind of like random stuff that came to my head. Like it's not even.
Sure, whatever.
I mean, it's all in the realm of like video games and movies. But there's really no rhyme or reason to them. So they're
Okay. Yeah.
they're on. I don't know. I guess I would say a little bit on the tougher side, but we'll see. I hope I have.
Jesus.
I have
Okay.
12 of them queued up. So are we playing first to 3 points wins? Is that what we did last time?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
plenty.
Yeah. That's plenty.
All right.
That's plenty, and yeah. So Eric's gonna ask us. Like one of us, I think last time I did like somebody just guessed the number that's in my head, closest one wins. But then that person's gonna go. They have to name 5 of that thing, whatever the topic is, in 10 seconds.
Yep.
And if they don't, then they lose.
Good old 5 and 10.
Dave kind of exploited that a little bit. I was like, games with girls that as the main character, and Dave's like Barbie, and I'm like,
That's a thing.
I guess
He was technically
name, like, a
correct.
horror game, and it's just like Dead Space 1, 2, and 3. I'm like, shit. So like,
I
was thinking,
I might put some
series is
qualifiers on some.
yeah.
In this game. Well, most of mine are pretty specific, so I don't know if we'll need qualifiers, but we'll see how it goes.
Hey, let's go for it.
I got the old stopwatch ready, so we'll do
you
an
take it that
actual
serious.
10 seconds. So nobody gets gypped here.
Okay. Do you have a? Well, I was gonna say, do you have a number in your head or how do you want to let one of us?
You can go first.
Let's see. Yeah, pick a number between 1 and 10. Brandon.
1.
Dave.
7.
Brandon's going first. It was 2.
Yeah,
Closest.
Dave, and he already let me have the win anyway. So yeah, you're already on a losing streak too.
Great.
I mean, first you get the advantage of getting a point first, but you're also on the spot first. So, it's a
I'm
give
nervous.
or take.
I don't know.
All right,
I don't know how I'm going to do on this.
we'll
All
go.
right, let's do this.
All right, here we go. This one for you, Brandon. Name for me. 5 first-party Sony franchises in 10 seconds. Ready?
Ratchet and
Hold on,
Clank.
I didn't start yet. Hey. All right,
Oh.
ready?
Well,
Go.
Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, Uncharted, Bloodborne, Gran Turismo.
Okay. Yep. Got it.
there's a
Holy
little
cow.
delay in the beginning there.
It was a little, yeah, but I'll say you got it. You got it in like 9 seconds. So I'll give you that
Thinking
point.
of like the other 4 in that.
I'll give you that point.
Uh,
Actually, I don't know.
What's the problem?
Bloodborne, I don't know if I would consider that a first party franchise. From Software is not owned by
it's
Sony.
just a console exclusive.
Yeah, From Software is not owned
well,
by
hey, you
Sony.
gave it to me because like if you'd have said no, I won't count that, then I would have just named something else, which would have been, I don't know, like Horizon Zero.
All right, for the purposes of this, I'll allow it. All right,
Whatever. This guy pusses out shit like Barbie.
Barbie. Okay,
Hey.
yeah. All right, we'll give
We'll
that to
see.
you, Brandon. Brandon's got
See what I
Brandon's
got
got a
here.
point. All right, Dave, you ready?
No.
Movie buff over here. Are you buffed up on your movie knowledge?
We'll see which franchise you're talking about.
All right, name for me 5 movies directed by Steven Spielberg. Ready? Go.
Goonies, E.T., Indiana Jones, Jaws, and Shit.
Time.
oh my god.
So close. Could have went with Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Slowing down
Cool.
there at the end.
Yeah,
Son of a bitch.
I know that was a tough one. All right, Brandon.
Oh wait, I did not know that. I didn't know that Spielberg directed the Goonies.
Oh yeah,
Is that really a Steven Spielberg movie?
I believe so, isn't it?
Yeah.
Check
Yep,
me.
it is.
No, Richard Donner. Written by Chris Columbus, but and story by Steven Spielberg.
Story. Okay, not directed. Not directed.
Excuse me.
Well,
yeah, I'm sorry.
still didn't get it
spell that
anyways.
one out. So
Still
you went
didn't get
down
it
anyways,
anyways.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right.
I'm not competitive.
All right, Brandon, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 1-0, Brandon to Dave. Okay, so let's see here. Name for me 5 food items in Skyrim. Go.
What? I don't know. Apples, pumpkins, cabbage, pie,
Time.
beef.
Time.
You got sweet
Is
rolls.
that 10 seconds?
Could have went with sweet rolls.
Cheese-
You could have went
cheese
with
wheels.
cheese
Yeah.
wheels.
Yeah, I know. I am always thinking of all the dumb ingredients I'm not picking up. All right, Dave.
Oh, that was a-
All right.
That's a
All
tough
right,
one.
Dave. We were
That's
talking
good.
about... I
That came
picked
out of
this.
left field too.
This one came to mind. This is another movie one. It just happened to fall this way. We were talking about this earlier in the week over Discord. I Love You Man brought this up. So I Love You Man is disqualified from this, mind you, since we're bringing this up.
Oh no!
But
this is not gonna be
name
good.
for me 5 movies featuring Paul Rudd. Go.
Ant-Man, Clueless, 40-Year-Old Virgin. Oh shit! Fuck.
Time.
I know. Damn
Ant-Man
it.
1,
Ant-Man,
Ant-Man 2,
you could've made
Avengers.
Avengers.
I'm not doing that.
Civil
Oh,
War.
Yeah,
That's that shit.
stupid. I wasn't going through the franchises, but yeah, they do have the crossovers. I would think he would be featured in like a Avengers.
Well, can Dave do
Civil War
that?
just-
Or
Okay.
are we doing that?
Maybe
Are we saying it's
I was gonna say
series?
maybe featured wasn't like a good word
Well,
for
he
that. I
appeared-
just
he
meant
appeared
5
in,
five
yeah.
movies Paul Rudd was in. Yeah,
Well, that's fine.
Clueless,
I
Dave.
don't like this.
I was gonna say
that
that was the one that was on the tip of your tongue.
I don't
Was
know.
Clueless.
That's like one of his
That's
first
funny.
ones, though, too.
All right, Brandon, you ready? This is
Yes.
also going with the I Love You Man theme. Let's name 5 songs from your favorite band, Rush. Ready? Set,
Oh,
go.
fuck.
Go.
Tom Sawyer, YYZ, Working Man, Fly by Night, and We Suck Balls.
Incorrect.
I don't know.
Wrong.
I don't know any of their songs.
Limelight?
I don't like their music. Let it be known.
2112.
I don't.
Oh, it's
Working Man and YYZ are good though.
All right. Well, let's see. It's still
Damn it.
1-0,
You dirty
Brandon.
bastard.
that was
One's-
that's a dirty one. I like that, Eric. Nice.
That is
I thought I would get
Something
Brandon with
you
that
don't
one.
like and see how much you don't like it.
All right. So, all right, still 1-0 Brandon. All right, here we go. This might be harder. I'm kind of running out of ones here. This one,
It is hard.
I'll give Dave an easy point here since he's down 1.
Please.
Okay. Dave, name for me 5 classes in D&D in 10 seconds. Ready? Go.
Bard, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Thief.
Boom. There you go.
That's easy.
1-1.
I can do that.
I hope so. I'm glad that question went to you though.
That
I mean,
was-
like,
I was hoping
They're
that
so
was a gimme.
typecast at this point.
actually I'm not.
All right, Brandon. Okay. We're going back to movies again. Name for me
Okay, I like movies.
5 actors that appear in any movie in the MCU. Okay? Ready? Go.
Paul Rudd. There's like oh god. Suck. I
Come
know.
on.
I know all their names and I don't right now.
Eh.
Yeah, Chris
Oh.
Pratt.
I don't even know
Yeah,
who plays
Chris- you
Iron
got
Man
the
right now.
Chris's.
Robert Downey Jr.
Chris
Pratt.
Hemsworth.
Yeah. God
Chris
damn it.
Evans. Just name some Chris's.
There's like 1,000 actors. I'm thinking of who isn't in this so I can do that. Oh, God. Like Kurt Russell. I could. God,
Paul
damn,
Rudd is the
that
first one.
sucks.
He's fresh.
Because we just said Ant-Man, then I got stuck.
Oh,
I'm
that's good.
Michael Douglas is it? No, Michael Keane's it. I'm just thinking of all the people, and I'm like, who else? And I'm like, I should have just been saying the faces I was thinking. Fuck.
Oh man, guys, we're running out. Hopefully, I don't have to come up with more because
We might just be like whoever gets
a
the
stalemate.
first.
Yeah.
Whoever
Okay.
sucks the
All right.
last.
1-1. Here we go.
This is so hard.
All right, David. Name for me 5 first-party Nintendo games that do not feature Mario. And I'm gonna make a distinction here. They have to be all different franchises. So you can't name like fucking
All the
5
Zeldas are.
5 games in the same Metroid or in the in Metroid. All right, ready?
Sure.
All right, here we go. Go.
Zelda Breath of the Wild, Metroid, Kid Icarus, Kirby, and Pikmin.
There we go.
There.
Got 10.
It's not too bad. Not too bad for the guy that doesn't own the Switch.
All right, Brandon, are you ready?
As they say overseas, you're
Yes.
All right, so this one might. I don't know if this is going to be easy or hard for you. I tried to cater this one to you, but it might be tough.
Dude, I got Avengers wrong. I don't know. I have no confidence.
Name for me, like the actual names of 5 guns in Warzone. Ready?
What? Wait. I don't know what that means because like there's like real guns, and then they have like nicknames.
The nicknames. Like the names of, not like the actual gun names, but the names of the guns. Listen, Warzone boy, this should be easy for you.
Okay.
Don't let him think. Go.
I don't know the names of any of the guns. All right.
Oh, come on.
I don't know, dude. I don't know the names. I pick up an AK-47 and it has a nickname, but to me, I don't pay attention to the nicknames. I'm sorry. I'm horrible at this game.
Come on.
I don't know it. I have I don't know one. If
All
in the
right,
game, if I was playing it, I might know it, but like here, I don't.
We'll go we'll go with another one then.
Oh, I can skip or I can pass.
I mean,
you're taking
The
pity on me.
lifeline. We'll give it to you.
You don't get a point.
Give it to
Actually, that means we just go back to Dave because you can't name any of them. So
I'm sorry. I just don't know that shit. I'm not into that. I should have made up shit. They have updates all the time.
Just say like
All right.
Widowmaker and Gutbuster and shit like that. This all sounds like Warzone guns.
I'm trying so hard. They're dumb names like that, like Exterminator or like Blue Point or something stupid, but no.
I thought that would be an easy one for
I
you.
would have believed you there too.
I guess I was wrong.
No, I'd have been like, there's an AK, there's M16, M4A1, Dragunov, Desert Eagle, Glock, like Mac 10. I can name the real guns. I just don't know
All right.
the nicknames. Damn it!
All right.
I forfeit that round, or I bow down to Dave on that one.
All right, Dave. This one, I don't know. This one might be might be easy or hard. Name for me 5 protagonists from the Grand Theft Auto series. Ready? Go.
There's Tommy Vercetti. There's what's the cousin? Oh shit, I'm gonna fuck this one up. There's the new one. There's Tommy. Franklin
10 seconds.
and damn it. Yeah.
I could only think of
Michael,
Franklin
Franklin, Trevor,
Michael,
Nico,
Franklin.
Nico Bellic from
Nico.
4.
Nico. All I could think of was his dumb cousin going, cousin Nico. But I couldn't think of the name that went in there. Damn it.
Vinny? I don't know.
No,
My
it's
cousin
Nico.
Vinny.
Cousin
Oh, man.
Nico.
Maybe I made these too hard. Shit.
It's hard, dude, but it's like it's not hard, but it's like it's hard when you ask me like directly. When you're on the spot, it's not an easy game. I learned that last week. I'm surprised I survived it.
All right. I feel like if we run out, we're just gonna go with whoever has the most points at the end. So at this point, it's 2-1 for Dave. So Brandon, this is kind of your last. This is kind of your last shot here.
All right.
All right. Name for me 5 games that were released in the year 2020. Okay. Ready? Go.
Warzone. The Nintendo thing where you do islands shit. I don't play Nintendo games. They had some games come out.
Island shit.
That's it.
I'm not
10
good
seconds.
at this game. Wow, there's some
You
fucking
couldn't think of
specific,
any
man.
games that came out last
I gave you guys
year?
last week, like, name 10 horror games in like 2 decades. And you guys are coming to me with, like, come out with games that came out in COVID. I don't know.
You couldn't come up with any games that came out last year. What did you play last year?
Warzone. Fucking Warzone. I don't know, man. Like, I have my backlog I've been working on. Assassin's Creed games.
Oh,
That's true, because
Jesus.
I do tend to grab a lot of stuff on sale, so I would have had a tough time with that one too. I was going to
That's
say
funny.
Valheim came
Okay.
out last year, but everything
Animal
else...
Crossing
Yes,
came out.
I literally have
Cyberpunk
the
came
shirt
out.
on. Yeah,
Final Fantasy VII Remake came out.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal came out. Ghost of Tsushima.
All these games.
Creed.
Last of Us
Valhalla.
Part 2.
It was not a good year of games, though. It's not
What
like...
are you talking
it's not-
about? You just named some
don't know.
amazing games.
I blew it. But, like, I think there's only... I don't know. Avengers came out. Alex from Half-Life. I guess a lot came out.
You
but, like,
played
I don't know
half
the
those
year.
fucking games. You played Final Fantasy VII. You played fucking Avengers.
I don't know the years they came out. I just
It was
play 'em.
literally a year ago.
I don't know
Okay,
when they came
all right.
out.
Avengers seems like a long time ago, but no.
All right,
Oh,
well, Dave,
shit.
you won 2-1. God
Yay.
damn it! I
Well,
started so strong too. I
Listen,
got
I'm
one
on.
right off the
I'm
bat.
on the last. Well, I'll tell you what. Since you didn't get, you couldn't name any of the guns in Warzone, and Dave's up by 1 right now. I'll give you this last one because I only have one.
Well, hold
left.
on a second. You also gave me like Skyrim foods. Like I don't know. Who
Are you
pays
fucking
attention to
kidding
that
me?
shit?
Just you played how many hours of that game? Hundreds of hours. Come on. You gotta name. You gotta
That's
be able
true.
to name
That's
5
true. I
food
fucking-
items in that game.
I actually am upset. I didn't name any like actual dishes because there are dishes in that game. And I didn't even get sweet rolls.
Sweet rolls.
is a
Yeah, come on.
classic.
All right. So since the guns, we threw that one out.
Ori
Dave-
and the Will of the Wisps came out last year.
There you
Really?
go.
I feel like it came out
Yeah.
like 3
Oh,
years
really? That
ago.
was a great game.
All right. All right.
Last of Us 2 came out. I didn't even see it.
So Dave is up by 1. We threw out the guns question, so I only have 1 left. So Brandon, if you get this last one, we can go to a tiebreaker. But if you don't, then Dave
Oh,
wins.
wow. Mercy. Okay. God damn it.
This one's hard. This one's probably the hardest one. So
Shit.
don't get your hopes
All right.
up. Okay. All right, ready? Name for me 5 games that were released specifically for the Kinect. Are you ready? Go.
What is
got
wrong
nothing.
with you? I don't know. Star Wars Connect, Dance Revolution Connect, FIFA Connect, Xbox Connect game only games exclusive. I don't know. Halo Connect. I have no idea.
It's Connect
What are these
Adventures.
questions?
Oh my
Nobody
god.
played a Connect.
Dude.
Nobody has a
There's
Connect.
Nike.
What is this
There's
shit?
like
This game is
there's like the
rigged.
Nike Fit Connect games.
Brandon, you
ever-
couldn't
yo,
you couldn't name
know what this was?
more than one person from the MCU, more than one actor from the MCU. You had easy
I know.
ones.
I did and I didn't, but this is kind of like I feel like I just did the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where this like the guy's like, what's your name? What's your favorite color? What town were you born in? And then like he walks, and the other guy's like, that's easy, I'm next, and he goes like, what's the capital of Assyria? What? I don't know that. It's just I don't know. They got really. Dave, did you know those Kinect games?
I might have been able to get like 3 or 4 of them. I don't know if I was going to get 5.
Damn, all right.
10 seconds.
That was,
Connect
listen,
games.
I saved that one for last because it was the hardest one. I didn't think we would get that far.
Happy Action Theater. That was a good one.
I
don't know any of these games. I'm looking at them. I would never be able to say any of these games. Connect Star Wars, I got right.
I
Just
thought
remember the E3.
Connected
I
Adventures.
thought this was going to be a quick one. Listen, okay, I'll run down the list again. First party Sony franchises, Steven Spielberg movies, Paul Rudd movies, Rush songs.
I would have got that.
Food items in Skyrim, D&D classes, actors from the MCU, first party Nintendo games that do not feature Mario, GTA protagonists, Guns in Warzone, games released in 2020, and Kinect games. I thought this was going to be a quick one.
Well, we'll see what I do next week. I don't know if I can do
Yeah,
this.
please
Might
have
be tough.
Dave dumb it down at least for me.
All right,
Holy
Dave.
shit, that
you're
is
going to
hard.
space
Okay.
camp. I was trying to make it challenging, but I guess I
Nice.
went too far.
Here I am making fun of Dave for not naming like 5 games where you fight dragons, and I couldn't even name who's
Listen.
in the Avengers.
Brandon, yeah. Avengers actors and food items and Sky, those were gimmies. You should have had those.
I guess it just shows you what I'm doing in Skyrim. I walk past food, and I just go around killing shit. That's all I do. Hey, is that a cave? I'm gonna kill everything in here and take the loot. What is that, a castle? I'm gonna go in there and kill everything and loot. But I guess I'm not looking at the food. Oh, whatever. I blew it. All right, Eric, you and I are going to go head to head.
I'm excited.
Make sure there's some movie questions for me, Dave.
I'll see
That's
what I
not
can do.
Avengers.
That's not the MCU. Yeah.
Fuck. I know we were at the dinner at Red Robin earlier today, and I was watching Benedict Cumberbatch there in the Doctor Strange
Doctor
movie.
Strange? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and Rachel McAdams is in there, and I'm like, I can, like, do.
That I thought for sure. I mean, I know you're not a Marvel guy, really, but I thought that was going to be an easy one.
I love my. Yeah, I should have got it. Honestly, I should have just looked at. I overthought that one. All right, I'm dragging this on. All right, Eric, close us out. What's going on with social?
Shit. If you want to follow us at Nomads of Fantasy on Twitter. You could join our Facebook group. It currently has 1 member, and that member is me.
Hey, how you doing?
I was say, who is it?
And you can email us at nomadsofantasy@gmail.com. Still waiting on that first one. I'm telling you, if you're listening, just send us anything. Send us a picture of your butthole. I don't care. Just send us something.
Oh, don't. Yeah, I don't read those emails. Please send Eric.
Yeah,
nasty
Eric,
butthole
that's for you,
pictures.
Eric.
Yep. That's,
No, but I would love, if people wrote in stuff, because it's fun coming up with the content, but I don't know. I love the idea of a community. I love the idea of people at least taking the time to just ask a question, because we'll totally read it. And it's something that I kind of wanted to do with this show, right? Is like to have us kind of talk, but find other people who are like us. We're just dads, and we love our games and movies and TV shows, and I don't know, it's just stuff is just so good these days, and it's just fun to talk about it and find other people like us to talk about it. So please feel free to reach out, and we will do our best to make sure that your question or your answer or whatever is mentioned, and we'll go from there. But
if you're listening to this right now, pull up a browser, go to your email, type in nomadsoffantasy@gmail.com, and send me 5 food items from Skyrim. Okay? And then I can prove how easy that is to Brandon.
Yeah. Oh, God. All right. What about you, Dave? You got anything going on over there? Anything that you want to do between now and the next episode, or anything coming up?
No, I don't think there's any releases coming out. Catch up on games, catch up on shows. Just cruising in the summer months. So, nothing too exciting.
Okay, yeah. Well, then I'm just gonna say check out Loki, check out Invincible on Amazon Prime. That one, and yeah, I think we'll probably, I don't know if we'll have a full review, but we'll have something to say about those shows that are going on. They're really good. Maybe we'll even talk about Marvel on Disney Plus in general with WandaVision, Winter Soldier, and Loki, and just kind of do a quick rundown critique of the three shows. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm good on my end. It was awesome talking about co-op games. They're a lot of fun, and just share the love with co-op. You know, there's a lot of cool games out there, and it's games are getting really complicated. They're getting very busy on the online space, but you can still find things. I mean, shit, Intellivision Amigos coming out, and it's dedicated to couch co-op. So get out there, and then come back to us with some stories, please. Other than that, I think we're done. Yeah, I'm going to say goodbye. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in the next episode.
See ya.
See ya.